So we're back here, Jake Reynolds,
Nick Woligerski again.
and Brian Rohana on the camera. So as promised, the third part of our video here is to show you what we learned in our Business 164 Leadership and Supervisory Skills class is a vision. So like, how does this apply to us? Well, personally, I want to, as I said before in the video, majoring in HR. And HR is all about handling, shaping vision, shaping a culture, what the goal is in the long term. What the goal is not in individual departments, but for a whole company. Where do we want to reach? What do you want to be? Often you see vision not just in companies, but in political figures, in their speeches, in sports coaches, movies. You see it all the time. There's 5 main points to a vision here, and we're going to walk step by step for them.
One thing important about vision, it's really seeing in the future, seeing what you want to accomplish, having a change, and accomplishing your goals. So we're starting off with picture. Picture is something that's better than the status quo. Something that's the status quo. It's kind of like the normal, like the standard bar. So it's something that goes above and beyond that. Change, it's really moving to move an organization in a positive way. You don't want to take steps back as an organization. So this change, or change organization or for yourself, you want to really move towards an incline to get where you want to reach. So Jake's going to talk about values now.
Yeah, values. So as we looked into different companies and hospitals, their vision statements, we saw as Washington MedStar Hospital, their values. They focused on things such as trust, unity. Then we created our own hospital, our own mission statement, our own vision, and that includes values. Values is all about a company. What do they value? Some companies, they may value, for example, production. They may value their products being made in the U.S. But what does that break down to? Values, such as maybe
ideas, beliefs.
Certain company, like our college, certain beliefs. We're a Catholic college, so that's one of our beliefs, one of our ideas. Values, company. One of their values they may want to accomplish and they may want to live by is trust. You need to trust within the company to be successful. If you don't trust one another, if you don't trust everyone in the company, it's going to fail. Move on to a map.
This is like pretty much a laid out plan or direction. This is your guide to take the next step to a challenge, but this is important that you stay on track with your plan and, like I said, we change, move in a positive step to keep going to reach your ultimate goal.
Basically, a map, it's a blueprint. When you build a house, you have a blueprint, you have exactly what you want to do. A map, that's what a company needs. They have their own blueprint. They have what they want to do. They have their parts, their rooms. Those rooms to them represent where they want to be in the long run, what that plan is. A challenge. Often with these visions, there's a challenge of what you want to overcome, what you have to fight through, where are you going to run into conflict or difficulty. For example, it's similar to a picture. You're challenging the status quo. That's the main focus here. What are you challenging? Challenge. You could be challenging your competitors. You could be challenging your own workers to reach a certain point. You could be challenging your clients to try your brand, try your company, whatever it may be, their services, all that. All 5 of these are going to focus into a vision. To add on to a vision, before we go into an example, a mission statement often goes hand in hand with this. A mission statement, it will basically bring all 5 of these into one, maybe a few sentence or a paragraph summary. You'll see every major company has them. Hospitals. I saw one the other day for Tyson Chicken. I saw one for Salvation Army. We see all these. You'll see mission statement, vision. They combine together and they lead into the values. So one example we want to use here to show a vision, Probably one of the most famous speeches I'd have to say in United States history was obviously the MLK I Have a Dream speech. All right, so I have a dream. He has a vision. Here's his vision. He breaks it down. A picture. His picture is to overcome and fight through the racism and all the challenges that they went through in that time. And the picture he has in his mind is he wants to reach a place where everyone is equal. Like, no more discrimination, no more racism, which brings us to our next part, the change. The change will be equality. There'll be no more segregation, no more riots, no more, just everybody bashing, two sides bashing. There'll be no more of that. It will all combine to one side. The change will lead to equality for everyone, and it will lead to unity as an entire nation. Value, what's he value? Once again, third time in a row, values equality. That's the main value and focus here. He wants everyone to be equal, he wants everyone to be one, and he hopes that these three sum up each other together. A map, what's the map? A map in this case was a little different, a little unique, because his map, he had the vision, he had the picture, the change in the values, but the map was gonna have to be you're gonna have to adapt in this type of situation. Different marches, different speeches, different movements, different laws. And the map, though, however, included not to be violent. That is the big part of what the speech focuses on and this vision aims on. No violence, they want equality, and no violence. That's what they hope for. Challenge. They come back to challenge the status quo. What is the status quo? The status quo in this era with MLK was segregation. Everyone was against each other, let's separate. He stood forth and said, no, let's come together, let's be one, and let's challenge what people think it should be now. So let's bring it back down. Vision, no matter where you'll be in a company, there's gonna be a vision. We learned that in leadership day after day, there's gonna be a culture, there'll be a vision, there'll be each of these five, but how do they come into play? How are you gonna be effective in doing so? And what are you gonna do for your company that's gonna help them reach this vision in the long run? That's basically to sum up the whole point of these five.
What Jake said, every company or someone, they're gonna have a vision, but it's really important that you have this vision, really see into the future what you want to accomplish, and then hopefully, once you have that picture in your mind, you can take it a step further and use all these 5 steps to really accomplish what you set out and what your dreams are and goals.
One final thought to add on to that. No company you'll see that is successful doesn't have a vision. They don't just go day by day and say, we'll try this, we'll try that. They have a vision, they have a focus. They use this to get where they want to be, and that's why companies are successful. Hi there, just back for our closing thoughts here. We hope you really liked our video. We believe it actively portrayed what we learned in this class, Leadership Business 164, Leadership and Supervisory Skills. Obviously, we're not going to be able to sum up what we learned over 3.5 months in just a short video, but we believe these 3 main points that we went over will show how to be successful in the workforce. First off, back to what we went to, resume. What we need to get a job, what are we going to do, what's going to be on that resume to help us stick out from who we may be, the other applicants, who we may be competing with. Secondly, handling conflict. As I said before, hate to be repetitive, but it's true. You're never going to go to a workforce or somewhere, even if you're happy there, there may be 1 or 2 people, your boss, someone higher up, someone lower than you even in the ranking that you're not going to get along with. But what you do with those strategies that we taught, how you understand the theories and how you identify the leader is going to help you be successful in the long run. Then thirdly and mostly, as we used with the MLK example, the I Have a Dream speech, a vision. Business is all about culture. Vision, that's what it is. It's culture. It shapes a culture. It focuses on a mission statement, an idea, a plan, values, a map, a challenge, and a picture. Those main points right there are what MLK depicted in his speech, and companies themselves also try to depict to try to perhaps gain the most profit, so-and-so, whatever their main objective is. So we believe that those three connect to business in the real world, because all three you're going to run into from now until we stop working and retiring, and even after. All three examples we use can be used for non-work also. But we believe that all of these aspects of it effectively show what we learned, what a good leader in companies, what the knowledge they have is, and we believe that we learned much in this class. We'd like to thank you again, myself, Jake Reynolds, Nicholas Walgurski, and Brian Rohana. We'd like to thank you for watching this video, and have a good day.